Welcome back to Unlimited Horizons, your track to live the life of your dreams. Can you do it? Yes, you can. Let me ask you this. What is the life you are dreaming of today? What is it that you want more than anything? Is it financial freedom? Is it a freedom of your time? Is it a relationship that you've always longed for? Is it health? Is it wholeness? Is it happiness? What is it that you really long for in this life? You can have it. And it's all about finding the vibrational match in the universe for what it is you really, 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 really want, as the Spice Girls said. And that's what this coaching session is all about. We're going to look at the two foundational elements for manifesting the life of your dreams, drawing it to yourself. And we'll get into more and more of how that actually works in some later sessions. But in this coaching session, we are going to talk about the two key elements that really everything else is built on. And this is what really makes it happen. Let's jump right into it. The first one is intention. It's setting your intention on what it is you really want in this life. And we're going to get into what that means and how it works. But it is to set your intention. And the second part of that foundation is to attach an elevated emotion or elevated emotions to that thing you most want. And so, how does all this work? Well, first of all, our world is in an ocean of motion, is what Bob Proctor used to say. I love that because everything, including your body around you, is in a state of vibrational energy. There are molecules in the subatomic level, even below, even smaller than those molecules. Everything's in vibration. It's in movement, and there's all kinds of frequencies happening in you, around you, and through this universe. And manifestation really is about tuning into the frequency you want to be on. So you're attracting to that frequency and it's attracting to you, and you're coming together. And it is definitely possible. And there's science behind it. There are some people like Joe Dispenza who have done extensive research and have physical proof that this is the way things work in our universe. And you can do it. You can manifest. You can attract the things you want in your life. And it starts with these two foundational principles. So let's talk about them. First of all, what is intention? What's it all about? Intention is when you, in your mind, set that thing you most want in your life. Now, I want you to think about it with me for just a moment. Get it in your mind. What is it that you most want out of life? If you don't know that, then you need to take some time to figure that out. Because as Wayne Gretzky used to say, we miss 100% of the shots we don't take, right? If you don't know what you want, you're never going to get there. If you don't know your destination, you can't set out on your journey. Figure out what you really want, and then you need to set that as your intention. Now, how do we do this? Well, it has to do with painting a visual picture of looking at that thing or that relationship or that experience or whatever it might be as if it already exists. And you paint a visual picture in your mind of that experience or that thing. Here's how this happens on a practical level. Let's say that what you want to manifest is a big trip. You want to go on a huge vacation with your significant other or with your family or maybe just by yourself. How do you set your intention on that? First of all, you need to get very specific. Where is it you want to go? What is it you want to do when you get there? Are you a city person? Do you want to walk the streets of Paris? Are you a beach person? Do you want to walk the beaches of Bali? Well, what is it that you want to do? But where is it you want to go? What is it you want to do when you get there? And you begin to paint that visual image as specifically as you can paint it in your mind. Let's say you want to go to a Caribbean beach with your family on your big vacation, and that's the thing you want to manifest. Picture yourself in your mind, take some time to visualize it, to pretend like we did when we were kids. You're getting packed for the trip. You're driving to the airport. You're getting dropped off by your friend or by your Uber. You and your family are getting on the plane. Picture yourself flying there. Picture the turbulence on the plane, and it's all going to be okay. Make it very real. Picture yourself landing at the airport at your destination, going to your hotel, to those first steps out onto the beach and digging your toes into the sand, and walking out into those crystal blue waters. Picture it as specifically as you can. That's how you set your intention on something. I'll tell you something that I do. I'm a car guy. I love cars, and one of the things that I have set as an intention at some point in my life, I'm going to own a 911. Some people call it the 930 is the model I like. It's a 911 with some very specific things going on, like a turbo engine and all. So I have a Volkswagen Jetta, and it's manual, and I love that little car. I'm very grateful to have it. It's fun to drive. But when I get in it, lots of days, I imagine that I'm driving my 911 930 turbo. I shift through the gears and I literally visualize it. And as I've been doing that practice, as I've been making it a reality in my mind, you know what I'm doing? I'm setting my attention on what I want it to be. And where your attention goes, your intention follows. The more I set my mind on it, the more I'm lining that up in my universe. Guess what's happened just recently? Two different occasions where I currently live here outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin right now. I'm in an area where I see some nice cars, don't get me wrong, but it's not a daily occurrence for me to see Porsches. It's not something that's just all around me in my area of the world here. Just not long ago, I'd done a meditation. I like to do a lot of meditations. We'll get into those in a later coaching session. But I had just finished that up. I was feeling super relaxed. I got in my Jetta. As I'm leaving my neighborhood, guess what passes me? The very kind of 911 that I have been visualizing, that I have been setting as my intention, that I've been focusing on. Because what happens is we begin to focus on the things we want. The universe, your source, God, whatever you want to call that, begins to draw these things into our life. And you're going to see some little signs along the way that says you're right on track. Probably 2 weeks after that, I'm doing another meditation, finish up my meditation, leave my house, and I'm driving. Guess what pulls out behind me? A completely different, newer model, a newer version of it, a completely different 911 on that same path pulls in and begins to follow me. Those little things remind me and let me know I am getting in that vibrational energy and drawing that thing to myself. Intention is a big, big deal, and it'll change the course of your life. So step one, set your intention, visualize it, make it as clear as you possibly can. Now at the end, I'm going to give you some pro tips on how to do that in a very practical way. So hang in there. Step two has got to do with elevated emotion. See, when we think thoughts, we pull this powerful energy up through our body into our mind, and we begin to create this energy field, so to speak, around us. But emotion, especially elevated, high frequency emotion, is what really projects that out into the universe and begins to magnetize those things from our heart center, from within us back to us. There's some great science on how all of this stuff works, and we'll try to get into some of that later. But in this video, just understand foundational elements. First, you got to visualize it. You have to set your intention on it. And secondly, attach an elevated emotion to it. Now, your emotions have frequencies, just like everything in our universe has frequencies. Matter has very dense, slow frequencies. Anything that's solid, like your body, like the cell phone I'm talking to you on, or the phone you're watching on, or the computer you're on, it's matter, it's dense. But as you go up those vibrational frequencies, those frequencies get higher and higher and higher, all the way up to things like thought and feeling. Now, those lower feelings, again, bigger waves of energy being put out in things like anger, discord, jealousy, lust. Those kinds of emotions have very dense frequencies compared to elevated emotions like love, joy, peace, gratitude. Those are higher emotions. So that's what I'm talking about. Attach some high frequency emotion to that thing that you've set your intention on. How do you do that? Here's what you do. As you're picturing, as you're visualizing that vacation, that thing, that dream life, that person in your life, as you visualize those things, attach the emotion to it that you will feel once those things come into your life. And really, the emotion is where it's all at. because you can begin to experience that emotion now. And that's what life is really all about. You can have that peace, you can have that love, you can have that joy, you can have that gratitude even before that situation comes into your life. And as you attach that kind of emotion to it, it sends a powerful signal, a powerful frequency that's magnetized into the universe, and you begin to pull those things to yourself. Now, if this all sounds a little bit mystical and hokey, trust me, it works. It's reality, and it's the way our universe is set up. You can have what you want, you can attract what you want, but you have to believe it first. We become what we believe, right? I say that all the time in these videos. What you believe, that's what you are going to become. So when you attach that strong intention to it and that elevated emotion, you begin to pull it in to yourself. So the key to doing that is when you think about, let's say your vacation is your thing, and you think about that flight, that destination, that beach, your toes in the sand, all of that stuff, how are you going to feel? What is it it's going to do for you? Is it going to give you gratitude? Are you going to be grateful that you're finally there, that you're at the place you've been dreaming of? You're at that spot, that thing, that person is there in your life now. What do you feel? Do you feel happiness for that? Do you feel extreme love for that person you are with now, or that family that's with you on the vacation? Let yourself feel that as if it has already taken place. And here's the key to all of this: visualizing your intention and elevating your emotion, feeling as if the thing you want has already taken place. And as you do that, it syncs you up with that vibrational reality, with that place out there in the universe. That thing is waiting for you. You get synced up with it. And when you do that, great things are on their way in your life. Now, I told you I'd give you some practical tips, some pro tips on how to do this at the end. Here's what I suggest. Number one, mantras. Get you some mantras. Figure out what it is you want in this life. Write a specific mantra, and you want to do a couple of things with this. You want it to be in the present tense, as if it's happening right now. And I like to attach I am to mine. So I am doing these things. I am experiencing these things, and I'm experiencing these things right now. And finally, make it very specific once again. For example, here is one of the mantras I use in my own life. I am so happy and grateful now that we have an abundance of time and money. Did you hear what I did there? I did I am. I did it in the present tense. I'm doing this right now. I'm experiencing this. I attached strong, elevated, positive emotion to it. I am happy and grateful now, right now, that these things are happening. And I say that I am happy and grateful now that we have an abundance of time and money to spend with the people we love on the things we love, and that we share this abundance with others. That's one of mine. It's very simple, but it's very straightforward. It's got the intention I want, and it's got the elevated emotion attached to it. And I put that everywhere. I have it printed, actually, right over here beside me now, along with some others of mine. I have it printed out on a laminated list, so it's around me. I have one of these at my office. I have one of these here. I put them all around me so I can see them throughout the day. I have it on the background of my phone. I have multiple different mantras. Get you a or some mantras, get it in front of you, and look at it until it becomes part of your memory, and you rehearse it and you say it all the time. That's how you set intention in a practical way. Now start attaching elevated emotion to it. Get in your Volkswagen Jetta and pretend it's your 911. Get on your commuter train to work and pretend you're on your train or your plane to your destination, your dream destination. Sit in your office at work and pretend you're not there, but you're on a beach somewhere. And do you know what I do with mine? One more pro tip. We're going to finish up this session. I practice even in times of stress. I was in a kind of high stress meeting a while back, and the country song Some Beach. Have you ever heard that song? Blake Shelton talks about being stuck in traffic and all these things going wrong, and he makes a play on the word son of a bee and how we say it in the South. And he says, instead of some be, he says some beach. And he said he just takes himself to some beach somewhere. And in this high stress meeting, I love beaches. So you know what I did? I just began to sing that, and I placed myself mentally at some beach somewhere. And it took me right out of that context and right back in to manifesting the life of my dreams. It's coming to me, it's coming to you, and you can have it starting today when you start practicing these two foundational elements. So today, set your intention, elevate your emotion, attach it to it, and believe it's coming into your life, and watch what happens next. I'll see you in the next session.